I want to share a couple words from my brother Leny Brown. Um, Leny Brown was a great person to be in a band with because Leny Brown always believed in me, and he made me feel like we could do magical shit because we were going for it with improvisation, and you know, improvisational music behind like fresh out the oven words seems to be a pretty good combination um, when in the creative process, and Leny had that free jazz background and I have a hip-hop background or upbringing or roots or whatever you want to call it, and it's kind of like the way soul music and jazz music, soul and jazz music are like fathers to hip-hop. um, but it came out with us sounding like folk. So that was kind of interesting because, we both had a commonality as fans of the band, and he knew Rick Danko and Richard Manuel and them guys, and that was one of the things that brought me and Leny together. So it's like even though it sounds like we're playing folk music or Indian music or whatever you want to call it, it always had the African American vibe to it because of what we were listening to, And Leny listened to a lot of different things. I listened to a lot of different things. But no, Leny always wanted to do, what he thought we should do, musically. Whenever we would plan songs out and stuff like that, he would bring up some of his songs, but he would also be down to ride along with whatever was going on. And I think he saw that I was doing something, just like I saw he was doing something. I don't know. I don't know how to describe what we did together. It was we did a good job of blending two different worlds together or something like that. His generation's thing. I mean, he was 83, so he was from the 40s. So Jogger John was from the 40s too. Yeah, man. So, I mean, I'm an 80s baby, so it's like having 40 years on someone, and being in a band with them. And he was humble the whole time, He always wanted to play. That was the main thing, man. He just wanted to play music. And he felt like we were really onto something. And, yeah, we were, And the thing is like, you could feel when things are hot and you could feel when things are dwindling down. And we did hit a dwindling down period in the 2024 era. We were able to keep it going for a long time, but we were dwindling. And then 2025 came around, and it just seemed like our whole country changed after the election. And I think some people went this way, some people went that way, some people, for me, I ended up in a whole different country. So Leny's now in a whole new space, in his transition. So it's crazy, man. Lots changing. But I would just like to say this about Leny. Leny was a nice man. He was a gentleman. He was somebody who believed in the power of music. And he believed in Jesus Christ. So all I can say is God bless the man on his journey. And I'm gonna be big up on him for some time because he did a lot. That he gave a lot to us. He gave a lot to this music stuff at the colony. So we love you, Leny Brown. Peace.